But how have you guys enjoyed today so far? Another level, hey? Another level. Another level. So, what I want to share with you is, I get a lot of people saying to me, Chris, you're so good at speaking to people. You just natural. You're a natural salesperson. That type of thing, right? But I just want to let everybody know that it was not always like that. I was a little introverted child at school. I couldn't talk to more than 3 people without having, heart failure. I was a nervous little child. My upbringing, alcoholic family, I went through a very tough time. Alcoholics on my grandparents' side, mother's side, father's side. I witnessed some crazy stuff at a young age that turned me into a bit of a nervous wreck, so to speak. And I developed an anxiety disorder at the age of 9. At the age of 9. And that followed for many, many years. But what I want to talk about is a bit of the theme on the rejection and no's and talking to people and learning to talk to people. Do you know when I learned about the Pareto principle? Now, who does not know what the Pareto principle is? Put your hand up. Okay. The Pareto principle, Mark Hernandez talks about this very often, is the 80-20 rule. The 80-20 rule. Now, the 80-20 rule is not something that applies just in the network marketing industry. The 80-20 rule is universal. It's a law. Okay? When I talk about a law, you get the law of gravity. You can't change it. So when I hold this and I drop it, what's going to happen? It's going to fall because it's a law. The Pareto principle is a universal spiritual law. It's got to do with the law of numbers. It's a mathematical certainty, whether you like it or not. But I learned about this. My lessons came early in life. At the age of 12, I learned about the Pareto principle. And I learned about rejection and numbers at the age of 12. So you're probably thinking, Chris, dude, that's a bit young now. Unpack that. What are you talking about, 12? Did anybody, while you were at school, have to sell raffle tickets? Anybody remember raffle tickets? Okay, so I was exposed to that at the age of 12. I was in standard 4. So, I was in standard 4. I went to school at Montrose Primary, and we lived in River Club. And what happened was, it was for the Seoul Korea Olympic Games. That was the prize for the raffle ticket. Now, guys, in 1986, it was 10 Rand. That's a lot of money today, all right? So 10 bucks, what is 10 Rand today? It's about 200, maybe 300 Rand in today's terms. So what I did was, I got the little raffle ticket, and I think there were 10 inside the raffle tickets. And we had to go out there and go and sell raffle tickets to our parents. Well, the parents are always the ones that buy first. They always buy the first 2 in the book. And then you've got to try to sell it to your parents' friends, and you might get a sale here and there. But then all of a sudden, you want to fill this whole book. You want to get the sales done. So what I started doing at the age of 12, we were able to walk around the neighborhoods. I went door to door. Nobody told me to do it. It was instinctive. I just decided to go sell the raffle tickets door to door. And that's what I did. And guess what? About 45 minutes in, I sold the rest of the book. I went to school the next day with all this cash and an empty raffle ticket book. And they said, well, would you like another one? I'm like, hell yes. They gave me another one. I thought this was fun. But you know what I realized? Is that not everybody bought a raffle ticket from little young Chris, knocking in the door, going, hello, would you like to buy a raffle ticket? Get off my effing property! What? People are strange out there. This is where I sort of learned about the characters of people. At the age of 12, when you're knocking on doors and all you're trying to do is sell a raffle ticket, At that age, and I'm talking that many years ago, people used to shout and look at you. That's just the way it is, right? So I took offense initially. The first time I got bruised, the first time I got told get off the property, shouted at, it hurt me a little bit. But you know what? I was on a mission. I wanted to sell the raffle tickets. But let me tell you how my entrepreneurial brain kicked in, okay? I decided, because I already sold the whole book, then I sold the third book, and I'm thinking about the cash that's going into the school year. I was selling more raffle tickets than the whole class put together. That was just me. The books were flying in with the cash. But you know what I did? I set up a little schedule. I wrote all this down. I got my pencil, I got my ruler, piece of paper, and I was drawing maps of the neighborhood and which road to go down, which road I went to, and then I started writing down how many yeses was I getting and how many no's was I getting at the age of 12. Nobody taught me this. I'd never read it. No parents told me. It just came instinctively. And I started to get an idea here. I've got to go and knock on 10 doors to get 2 sales of raffle tickets, guys. This was how many years ago doing raffle tickets? So can you see the law applies across the board? So I got a bit smart. This is where the entrepreneurial brain came in. I thought to myself, I'm selling a lot of tickets here. So I decided I'm going to take the little raffle ticket book and I'm going to go down to the library. And it cost me only 20 cents to make a photocopy per page. I photocopied the raffle ticket book, all 10 pages. 20 cents each, hello, cost me $2. At $10 a ticket coming in, I did the math at 12. And I thought, hang on. So what I did was, I cut it out exactly the same size. I stapled it exactly. It looked just like the replica of the raffle ticket book. But you know what I did? I thought, one for the school, one for Chris. One for the school, one for Chris. That's how I started to make my own money at the age of 12, because we didn't get paid pocket money because my mom was a single mom. My dad walked out when I was 9 and my younger brothers were younger than me. So at the age of 9, it was very tough. We knew what it was like. I saw both sides of the coin, because when it was with my dad, we lived in a 2-acre house in Sandton. My dad had a plane. We had tennis courts, cars, racehorses. That was a life that I was sort of born into. And at the age of 9, that all changed. That we were living in homes that didn't even have carpets. They weren't even finished being built. So I'm so glad I went through that at a young age, because then we didn't get any pocket money. All the other kids, they had mothers and fathers, and they had pocket money. We didn't have that type of stuff. So we had to get industrious. So at 12 years old, I started making my own money. I wasn't ripping the school off.
And what they say is the rest is history. Right?
There we go.
Unbelievable.
That's it.